I was coming to destroy and win the heavyweight championship of the world, which I done. And I'd like to dedicate my fight to my great guardian, Cus D'Amato, and I'm sure he's up there and he's looking and he's talking to all the great fighters and saying his boy did it.
They're smiling, that's right.
Speed, strength, and aggression earned Mike Tyson the title of world champion in 1986.
The winner by a TKO and youngest and new WBC heavyweight champion of the world, Michael Tyson. What are your ambitions from here on out?
To unify the title.
By the age of 20, he entered his name in boxing history. He became a legend, and because of the tattoo on his face, he is almost the most recognizable boxer in the world. The potential of Iron Mike was so great that he could dominate the ring for many years. When Tyson was coached by Cus D'Amato and then Kevin Rooney, he was a real machine of knockouts.
Uppercut, and Marvis is hurt. Razor is down.
Today, we will talk about some striking knockouts of the legendary Iron Mike. Mike Tyson versus Eddie Richardson. The 12th fight in the career of Mike Tyson took place on November 13, 1985 in Houston, Texas. There were a lot of spectators in the hall. Everyone got comfortable in anticipation of the next knockout. And the knockout came.
Right hand by Tyson. First punch he threw.
What took him so long? 19 3/4 inch neck. It's approximately the size of actress Shelley Duvall's waist.
And you certainly see the punching power in Tyson.
Everybody predicts a great future. If they can find some fights, then
Left hand almost drove Richardson right through the canvas. And it's over.
I see right now a major flaw and problem in Mike Tyson's career, and that's going to be to have a fight that lasts long enough to get some good footage on it.
I'm telling you what, it's hard to do. Mike Tyson without a...
1 minute 17 seconds into the first round, when Mike delivered a left hook to Eddie's head.
11 knockouts. And we're going to be talking to him in just a moment, so hold on.
Mike Tyson versus Henry Tillman. This was the first fight that Tyson had after losing to Buster Douglas. In June, Mike met with this amateur offender, Henry Tillman, who in 1984 got in his way on the U.S. Olympic team. No one had any doubts about Tyson's victory, but the fact that Tillman was terribly intimidated reduced the fight to the first round. One spectacular punch, and Tillman was down for the count.
Tyson rushes to Tillman to help him up, which may not at the moment be the very best idea. There's a huge crowd around the fallen fighter who probably needs a little air.
Mike Tyson versus Ricardo Spain. The fourth fight in Mike Tyson's career took place on June 20th, 1985 at Resorts International, Atlantic City, New Jersey.
One fight, one win. Mike Tyson, 3 fights, 3 wins.
After a series of 12 unanswered strikes by Tyson, Spain tried to mount a comeback with a clinch. In an instant, Mike hits with a left hook, sending Spain to the deck.
Career hits like a steam hammer.
Leaning on the ropes, Ricardo rose at the count of 8. As soon as the referee gave the command to continue the fight, both boxers went on the attack. Both missed their targets, but Mike Tyson was faster and immediately landed a left hook to Spain's jaw. Ricardo's knees bent, which saved him from 2 more blows, but the referee stopped the bout.
Right in there. Well, we wondered, didn't we, when we saw the Halpin fight?
Mike Tyson versus Donovan Ruddock. This was a very interesting and revealing battle. Ruddock was a hefty Canadian who, of course, was afraid of Tyson, but not to the point that he would immediately fall, like Henry Tillman or Alex Stewart.
The difference in size immediately apparent. Ruddock
he's ready for it. He threw his bomb.
The fight was tough. Both men tried to throw punches throughout the fight.
Just doesn't quite get this. Little uppercut and then the right hand over. Oh, nice hook.
Here comes Razor Ruddock out of nowhere. A combination by Ruddock. An uppercut by Ruddock. A right by Ruddock. Tyson comes back.
And inflicted some hard punishment again.
A left uppercut by Razor Ruddock. That stunned Tyson. Now Tyson says no. Hit me again. And he did with the right. And the bell's out.
The 7th round. The fight was coming to an end. Tyson was able to hit Ruddock with a combination of 6 blows. Although Ruddock remained on his feet and looked healthy enough to continue the fight, the referee stopped the match, awarding Tyson a TKO victory. Mike Tyson versus David Jaco. The 16th fight in Mike Tyson's career took place on January 11, 1986, at the Plaza Convention Center, Albany, New York. Each time Tyson tried to develop a new attack, Jaco would resort to a clinch, apparently hoping to tire him. After one of these combinations, a strike landed on David's head, and he found himself knocked down into the corner of the ring. The blow was not too strong, and David found the strength to rise. Tyson, as in previous battles, immediately rushed to finish off his opponent. Moving like a pendulum in front of his discouraged rival, he throws out another left side strike and again puts David on the floor of the ring. Having missed a monstrous left hook, he immediately strikes with a right hook to Jaco's head. David is back on the floor. The referee had no choice but to stop the fight due to the 3 knockdown rule. Mike Tyson versus Lorenzo Boyd. The fight took place on July 11, 1986 in Swan Lake, New York. This fight was one of a series of fights that Tyson held in the summer of 1986, already on the outskirts of a battle for the championship title. Boyd, a normal, average boxer, could not mount a serious resistance, and as a result, was knocked out in the 2nd round.
The police force in Stillwater, Oklahoma.
Entering close range, Boyd tries to break through Tyson's defense, but to no avail. Mike himself, having waited a moment, inflicted a powerful right uppercut, but the overshot missed. Tyson calmly walks up to him again and hits him with his crown right hook into Boyd's core, and then followed with a right uppercut. Lorenzo falls to the ring floor.
Count is 8. He will not get up. It's over.
Sam, show me what heavyweight throws punches that quick.
Mike Tyson versus Alfonso Ratliff. The fight against Alfonso was the last for Mike before the fight for the champion title with Trevor Berbick.
On track, mate. There was a right hand by Tyson. And that's the problem.
Tyson quickly figured out his rival, demonstrating the brilliant technique that distinguished him in his early years in the professional ring. After waiting a moment, Mike dodges to the left and throws a powerful left hook into Ratliff's jaw. Alfonso falls onto the ring floor. Climbing to his knee, he waits until the referee counts to 9 and gets up.
9.
Mike Tyson rushes to finish and shoots a series of 8 hits. Ratliff finds some relief in a clinch. After the referee breaks the clinch, Tyson begins beating Ratliff near the ropes.
What you look for is, can the man finish? And Tyson has left little doubt about that so far. Right hand, that should be just about it. Davey Pearl looking very closely. And that's all. It's over. weeks ago, they had a flat tire. And the rider by a left hook.
Mike Tyson versus Robert Coley. The 10th fight in Mike Tyson's career took place on October 25, 1985, at the Atlantis Hotel, Atlantic City, New Jersey. The scheduled 8-round match began quickly and ended just as quickly, all in the style of the young Mike Tyson.
Left hook, good night. What a great shot. There's a mandatory 8.
In the first round, Tyson crushed this taller opponent at just 37 seconds, taking him down with a powerful left hook.
Tyson, a little, well, almost apologetic tap on Coley's chest.
Mike Tyson versus Michael Johnson. The fight, like most of young Tyson's bouts, did not last long. Only 39 seconds.
Oh, there he goes. He's just going to pull his leg.
Quickly want to point out, first fight.
After the first exchange of blows and a powerful left hook to the liver, Johnson was knocked down to the floor of the ring. The referee counted and gave the command to continue. The fight quickly began again, and Tyson hit Johnson with a powerful right cross, knocking him out.
I hope he's not hurt because that was a brutal, wide open punch.
He did not have a start off, and Mike
Tyson versus William Hosea. After two 10-round battles against James Tillis and Mitch Green, Tyson denied any skepticism that he lacked stamina. True, it's worth noting that Hosea was just scared and quickly got knocked out, but this does not detract from the effectiveness of Tyson's punches. After a clinch, Mike catches William on an oncoming right cross and tries to develop an attack by embarking on a powerful series. Most of the blows glanced, but from the sheer number and the heavy pace, Hosea falls to the floor of the ring. He clearly was not eager to continue the fight and deliberately did not rise before the count of 10. The referee stopped the fight.
Well, I thought he did. Hosea thought he did.
In July 1986, Mike met with Marvis Frazier, the son of the famous heavyweight champion Joe Frazier. The son of the great Joe was far from being as strong as his father, who was his coach and manager. What Joe was counting on by matching Marvis against Tyson is not entirely clear. But when watching the battle, it seems that the young Frazier was hit by a truck. At the beginning of the first round, Mike cornered the opponent and hit him with a right uppercut. Frazier was shocked. Tyson immediately carried out a series of strong blows. His enemy fell. The referee started the countdown, but seeing that Frazier was lying insensibly, he stopped counting. It was a hard knockout.
Tyson goes over to take a look at Marvis Frazier, obviously quite concerned. A terrific uppercut. The same punch with which Tyson knocked out Jesse Ferguson.
Mike Tyson versus Pinklon Thomas. The battle took place on May 31st, 1987. At this point, Mike was the owner of the WBA and WBC belts. Thomas approached this match with a good track record of a series of 3 victories in a row and was considered a serious test for the 20-year-old Tyson. And at the beginning of the match, it seemed so. Thomas managed to cope with the pressure of Iron Mike for 5 rounds. However, in the 6th 3-minute period, Tyson carried out a series of powerful uppercuts and hooks from both hands, some of which landed right on his opponent's jaw. Thomas stumbled, and then after another left hook, crumpled him to the canvas. He did not have time to get up before the end of the count, and the referee stopped the match. It's worth saying that before this fight with Mike Tyson, Thomas had never been knocked down.
The corner cannot stop a championship fight.
Good fight, man. Good fight. Thank you. Good fight for us.
It's my pleasure to give you a shot at the title. You deserve it.
Answer this question. Let me start again. It looked like it was much tougher than it was supposed to be up until the end.
Of course, but you know, I saw in something in previous fights he would get tired, and I said if I knock him out early when he's tired, he won't have no defense, and it'll be spectacular. And I knew he would get tired somewhere around the 7th round, because I saw in the last 2 fights he was gasping for a little air.
Mike Tyson versus Buster Mathis Jr. The battle took place in December of 1995. Mathis held his defense and avoided Mike's punches well, but this did not last long. In the third round, Tyson sent Buster Mathis to the floor with a right uppercut. Mathis did not have time to rise before the count of 10, and the referee called a knockout. Mike Tyson versus Frank Bruno.
By the WBC, the WBA, and the IBF.
From the very first seconds of the battle, Mike carried out an effective attack, after which Bruno was on the canvas. It was a knockdown.
He's not afraid, hanging on. Bruno's already tagged with the right hand. And there goes Bruno for the first time in the fight.
Bruno managed to recover and continue the fight, sometimes showing good boxing.
He's trying to hang on to Mike and hit. Mike is just looking for an opportunity to cut loose. And Ridley's a little wobbly already. Right hand misses Frank Bruno. Bruno has come to try and mix it up. He's hanging on to the head of Tyson. This place seats about 8,000 to 9,000 in the Hill Hotel. Bruno has caught that time, and Tyson knows it. Tyson trying to attack now to finish him off. Bruno has the wherewithal to hang on. There's room to come off the ropes. Scores with the uppercut. Lands a big right hand. Bruno's in big trouble now. He's ready to go. And he hits him with the right hand.
It all ended in the fifth round when Tyson struck a series of punches, from which Bruno was thrown to the ropes. It was there that Mike began to continuously beat him, and it stopped only when Bruno's team threw in the towel.
Has moved in and has stopped the fight. It's all over. Michael Tyson wins on a fifth round.
Mike Tyson versus Tony Tubbs. The battle took place in the spring of March 1988. In this fight, Mike defended his title of absolute world champion in the heavyweight category.
Body shot, the knee combinations then. 30 seconds left in the round.
The fight did not last long, ending in the second round with just one but very powerful left hook. After such a devastating blow, Tubbs could not even rise when the judge counted to 10.
And it's over. Odell Hadley has jumped in the ring. The fight is over.
Mike Tyson versus Steve Zowski. Mike continues to work with single punches and forces the opponent to retreat throughout the ring. This could not go on for long. Tyson crouches on his left leg and delivers a lightning-fast left hook to the opponent's head. It was a classic knockout. Mike Tyson versus Tyrell Biggs. The fight lasted until the seventh round. At the very beginning, Tyrell immediately enters the clinch.
Just to further that point, in the last round, our punch that figures Tyrell Biggs.
Another lingering clinch, and Mike Tyson throws a hard, short left strike to Tyrell's temple. Tyrell Biggs falls out of the ropes. His face is covered with blood, but he still manages to get up to the count of 9 and decides to continue the fight. Breaking the distance a little, Tyson thrust another left side to the jaw. The blow was the last for Tyrell Biggs. Mike Tyson versus Carl Williams. This fight only lasted 93 seconds, and it also became Tyson's second fastest title fight. In the middle of the first round, Williams tries to hit Tyson with a left jab. Tyson parried and hit Williams with a left hook, which threw Williams back to the rope. Although Williams was able to get to his feet and seemed ready to continue the fight, it was stopped by the referee. Mike Tyson versus Mike Jamison.
Get that left jab out and keep this little guy off you.
Here comes Tyson. Mike Tyson takes 2 steps forward. Let's go with a couple of lefts. Now a right, a left. He's got him down. Mike Tyson sends Mike Jamison to the mat here in round number 4 for young Mike Tyson.
Jamison stepped up noticeably and tried to catch his opponent with a jab in this fight that was moving quickly. Tyson waited. Seizing the moment, he throws his powerful left hook that knocks Jamison back into the ropes. Here, having carried out a 4-hit combination on the body with a transfer to the head, Tyson forces his opponent to drop to his knee. Jamison gets up again and wants to continue. However, Joe Cortez felt it would be better for him to stop the fight.
Jamison wants to continue. Referee Joe Cortez says no. Jamison says he wants to go on, but the referee Joe Cortez says it is over.
Mike Tyson versus Jose Ribalta. Round 10. After clinching in the middle of the ring, the boxers made a small exchange with powerful punches. The audience cheers for Ribalta and chants, "Jose, Jose." Mike clearly doesn't like this and goes on the attack with a powerful right hook to the head. He misses and immediately adds a left to the jaw. Ribalta falls back onto the canvas. He stands up and intends to continue the fight. Tyson immediately pounces on his opponent with a series of blows to the head. All 5 blows land exactly on target. The referee thought it was time to intervene and stop the fight. Thank you for watching. Please press the like button and comment below, as well as subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any new episodes about legends of the past.